Good morning. Let us begin with a peace chant, but today there will be two peace chants because we are going to conclude the Upanishad. Upanishad is having a separate peace chant, and then we will begin the Kena Upanishad. It is also having a separate peace chant. So that we will have today. Please repeat after me. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purna Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The invisible is the infinite. The first is Purnamada, other, that invisible, that is sometimes we call it heaven, or the whole Brahmanda is infinite. Purna means infinite. Purnamada, again, this visible too is infinite. This that we can see, we can touch, we can feel, we can smell, that is also infinite. From the infinite, the visible universe of the infinite extension has come out. The infinite remains the same even though the infinite universe has come out of it. This is when we talk like this world, whatever you see, is infinite. But at the same time, you will hear again and again, our scripture will say that this is all finite, temporary, changing. What is samsara? Sammak sarati ya sa samsara. Constantly changing. Samyak, constantly, completely changing. So we were all small kids and then changing. Today morning, I was discussing about my days, the first joining in the monastery, how it was. Now, after 40 years, I am remembering those days. 40 years have passed. I have changed a lot. My physically, mentally, everything changed. And those people who were with me that time, all of them are waiting for me, maybe somewhere in the heaven. So like this, all these things are changing again and again. But still, why I am telling, and this Upanishad says in the Shanti mantra, that it is infinite? Because it is continuously with the infinite. The substance of it is the infinite. So that is where Isha Upanishad. Isha, from the name itself we can understand, Isha means the God, or the Atman, or the Brahman. Vasyam, we must take the meaning as the Brahman. It is all consciousness. Vashyam means covering. So from that Isha, the first word, the Upanishad has been named as Isha Upanishad. And it speaks about only two things that we have already discussed. It's talking about the Jnana Kanda and Karma Kanda. Jnana Marga and Karma Marga. What is the Jnana Marga? Jnana means knowledge. What is that knowledge? That I am infinite. I am eternal. How is it possible? This body is not eternal. It is not infinite. But the soul that is within me, is infinite, eternal, continuously going on and on. At the end of this Upanishad, we will come to that. This Upanishad, it describes the nature of the self, not of the body, the nature of the self. If you read the Bhagavad Gita, this is called Shruti, Upanishad, Veda called Shruti, and Smriti, Bhagavad Gita. There they will be explaining that what is good food, Swatika Ahara, then what is Raja Ahara, Rajasic food, and also Tamasic food. They are describing there. And then again, they will be describing about the body also, how you are working, whatever you are doing, and tapas. Then you should not tell the rough words and harsh words to anyone. That is the tapa. And mental tapa, bachika tapa, all these things are there in the Smriti, Shruti. And the Shruti, Upanishad, it describes only about the Atman and nothing else. So that is the speciality. When you go to compare, then it's difficult, because majority of the religion is giving us a list of do's and don'ts, like our Gita, the other scriptures. Do's and don'ts. You should do this and you should not do this. But here in the Upanishad, it never bother about that. It's only tell the truth. Whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, it doesn't matter. Because, as Swami Vivekananda said afterwards, truth never pays any homage to the society. Society is supposed to pay the homage to the truth. So that is the reason. What is the truth? I am Atman. I am eternal. That is the truth. But I don't know. I can understand that, and that is why the scripture. That is why you have to study. That is why you have to ponder. Srotabhya. You have to listen to it. Then mantabhya. Go on pondering over it constantly. Remembering, Acha, he told, Swamiji told that I am eternal. How I am going to be eternal? My body is going to die someday. Then even then, how it is? He said that I am eternal. So you are pondering over that. Srotabhya, you have heard. Then mantabhya, going on brooding over that. Nididhyasitabhya, then understanding the meaning, you are meditating on that. Srotabhya, mantabhya, nididhyasitabhya. That is the way of the knowledge, of the jnana. So jnana margis, they go in that way. The Ishopanishad, as we have already discussed, they concentrate on the realization of the Atman, but also conscious about the limitation of the people. Now, many of the people, it is not possible for them to do. So you have to give some option. That's why the Upanishad here, understanding that the people may not be possible for all of them to follow these. So they give the option, you like to live in this world for 100 years? Okay, live, but live doing work without expecting result. Now, this our International Yoga Day is coming, and one famous person in India, he just passed away, I think yesterday. He was the Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga means physical yoga, and he lived 102 years. 102 years. So this yogi, he passed away. For a long time he lived because he practiced Hatha Yoga. He kept his body so nicely. And all the time, if you go to this restaurant and you see all different varieties of food, eat and never do any exercise, you cannot expect to live in that way. So you have to control. You have to follow all those things, and then afterwards you are leaving. Then when you are leaving, you are doing some work, and when you are working, naturally good and bad result is also coming. Even when you are thinking about someone, oh, he's a bad person, why he is coming to me, why he is visiting, bad karma. Very difficult. I am not doing anything, quietly sitting, and when he comes, oh, you have come, so nice, nice to meet you, etc. But I was thinking, he is a bad person, why should he come? That's also bad work. All this work is going on psychologically, mentally, in your thought and physically. Then what you are going to do, because any action naturally generating the result, and the result may be good, result may be bad. What you are going to do with that? Then the Upanishad says you should not accept the result of it. So be free from that, then live and enjoy this world. That is in one mantra. The second mantra it says, and it concluded over there. In the first mantra, Isavasyam idam sarvam, very famous sloka. Being a Hindu, if you are, then you must remember this at least half of this sloka. Isha Vasyam idam sarvam. Isha, the word you can remember. The Isha, Vasyam, covering, idam, these, sarvam, everything. What is that Isha? Consciousness. Next, the second it says, Kurvanne veha karmani jijibishit shatagum shamaha. You like to live 100? Sata means 100. That is the unit. So 100 years you like to live? Okay. But you should not hanker for the result, hanker for the other's property. Then in the third sloka, it immediately goes and give the caution. If you are not practicing this to understand, you are a human being. You have got the discriminative faculty. If you are not utilizing it, then you have to go again and again in the darkness. Asurya namate loka andhena tamasa britaha. You have to go maybe to those places where it is completely dark and there is no sun, there is no light, there is no life. It is so difficult. So be careful, don't do it. And then from the fourth, it goes on giving the description of the Atman. It's very difficult to give the description of the Atman because it is beyond the time, beyond all limit. You cannot just give anything, any word you cannot use for the Brahman. So they give in a very wonderful way, Anejadekam manaso javiyo. Now you have to imagine how it is possible. Anejat ekam, it is one, without any second. And it is living over here, sitting over here. It never moves. Manaso javiyo. At the same time, in the same breath, they are telling it never moves. It is faster than the mind. The mind, it travels so fast. But that Atman is more faster than the mind. How it is possible? So that you have to ponder, you have to meditate. Anejadekam manaso javiyo naina deva apnuan purvamarsat. Deva, here the deva means the senses. As because deva, the word deva means bright, enlightened. Devata, enlightened one. Now here the deva means all our senses, sense organs, which is collecting the information. They have been termed as the deva. Aneja devam naina deva apnuat purvamarshan. It is faster than those devas. They cannot also see. Deva means eye cannot see, ear cannot hear, nose cannot smell. So all these devas are also nothing comparing with him. Tadhavato anyat atteti tishtat tasminnapo matarishva dadati. And it goes on giving. And then again in the 5th, 6th, 7th, it goes on telling tad ejati, tad noijati, tad dure, tad antike, tad antarasya sarvasya, tadu sarvasyasya bhayyatah. Then a very wonderful way it explained. That is in the far away and also near. That is inside, that is outside. And there is not a single place where it is not present. Everywhere it is. So that is called the Atman. We have to have the conception of the Atman. What is it? Then this is the conception, this way it goes. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmanneva anupashyati. It goes on like this. And it says sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam tatu na bijugupshate. We are not reading actually the Upanishad. We are only giving the idea about the Upanishad. So every sloka I am not going to explain. Maybe some after. We are actually talking about the saga of the soul. How the Atman, it is traveling. And we started from the creation, from the beginning. And then the saga of the soul continuing. We have reached over here in the Veda. In the Veda, the main part is Upanishad. Then will come Gita, then all this. Now, here it says about the Atman. We began with the Upanishad. It talks about the Atman. What is that Atman? It describes over here. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmanni babhud bijanatah tatra ko moha ka shoka ekattam anupashyatah. Now, we like to go beyond the suffering. Each and every one of us. How to go beyond the suffering. How it is possible? They give the hint. If you can see only one, then there is no problem. The moment we see two, then comes, is it my friend or my foe? So is it mine or others? So the moment we think in, that is called Vedanta. Veda, Anta. Veda means knowledge, Anta means the end knowledge. What is that? One. If the one is there, everything is there. So it is giving the hint about that one. If you are developing that type of your consciousness as everything is one, then there is no fear. Why fear? Because losing. The conception of losing, I am getting this, but am I going to lose it? That is the fear. The when I get and I know that I am going to possess it for all through my life, there is no fear. So that is over here. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmanni vanu atmanni va bhut bijanatah tatra ko moha. Moha means delusion. There is no moha. There is no delusion. So the fear means whatever I get, immediately I think, oh, is anybody is coming to take it away out from me? If they snatch it, then what I am going to do? So constantly thinking on that way, that is the fear of losing. I have got the life. Then every time I am afraid, am I going to die? Am I going to have this and that? Some of the people, they don't like to come out of the houses. I knew one lady, she was, no, I won't go. Why? In the road you don't know, Swami. The people don't know how to walk, they don't know how to drive, they may come and hit me and then I will die, so I won't go. So train she don't like to. Have you not read so many train accidents? Always it happened. So don't go in the train. Plane, oh, don't believe them. And then what? Living in the house is the best. But suppose it also breaks down, what will happen? Sometimes many of the houses collapsing down. Then what will happen? Constantly thinking about the death, and out of that fear, whole life is going on out of fear. The poor soul couldn't enjoy the life. I never knew where I was before my birth. I don't know where I am going to go after my death. But I am going to live my life as long as I live. Live for, you will find some of our t-shirts we made with the wonderful quotation from Swami Vivekananda, they only live who live for others. So if you are living for others, thinking for the others and having that concept, why? One, mother She likes her child so much. Why? Because before birth, the child and the mother was one. Because of the oneness, they like each other so much. So that conception if you are having, there is no fear. Ko moha. There is no delusion at all. So it goes on telling like this. Then it says in a very peculiar way and very, very special way. Andham tama pravishanti yo avidyam upasate. We can understand. Avidya, ignorance. If you are worshipping, concentrating avidya, then you will go into the darkness. Okay. What is that avidya? Karma kanda. What is that karma kanda? By performing some yajna or puja, I will go to heaven and I am going to live there for eternally. No, heaven is also limited. You cannot live over there eternally. So naturally, all these things, andam tama pravishanti, yo avidyam upasate. If you are worshipping the avidya, then you are entering into the darkness. Then next line it says, Tato bhuya ivati tamo yayu vidyaya agumrata. But more than that, they will go into the darkness who are worshipping vidya. Now we have to understand what is vidya and what is avidya. Otherwise, the wrong conception. Avidya we can understand, that is all temporary things. Avidya means that is not the knowledge, that is not the real knowledge. Now, Vidya, why he is using the word Vidya? Here the Vidya means the images of God, idol. I have my personal God and I think that is the only God. I do not believe in any other God. That is the problem. Some people will be telling, Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam. Do you believe it? If you don't, I am going to break your head. Now, that is the problem. Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam, that is okay. But who is that Krishna? That I have to understand. What is that Krishna? Is that the person who came a little dark and then he was doing this, he was doing that, he was a very good the flute player, like that? That is the Krishna? No. Krishna is all pervading. Sarvatra panipadam, sarvata akshi shiromukam, sarvata srutiman loke, sarvam abritta tishtati. That everywhere. I think many for the devotees who are regularly coming, they have heard, that when you grow, you get some incidents and experiences, but that is limited. So when I am explaining, maybe 2-3 times it has been repeated. So when I went to visit one gentleman's house, he was a staunch devotee of the Krishna. He never believed in any other god or goddesses. But his son was a devotee of Ramakrishna. So father and the son, they were not liking each other's philosophy, and it was okay. But the son invited me into his house to have a cup of tea. That was impossible for the elderly person to. So somehow he came out. The son was not asking his father to come and meet me, but the father somehow came and he was dancing before me and shouting, Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam, Eki Krishna hai, there is no other God. Then I understood the son came and the wife also, his mother, please come. They never wanted to. So they thought that I will be naturally feeling embarrassed. Then I told, no, he is telling correctly. Please sit down. You are correct. Krishna is the only God. There is no other God. Then he said, is it? You believe in Krishna? I told, yes. There is no other God except Krishna. Then he said, but they were talking about the Ramakrishna. I told, that we will discuss afterwards. Let us first like to know about the Krishna. Now I told, what Krishna? What is that Krishna you are talking about? The one who is standing with the flute? Or who is standing in that Kurukshetra, the war field, and describing I am everywhere. All the heads that you see is me. All the legs, all the eyes, all the limbs, all the beings. Anything that you see in this universe is me. Sarvata panipadam sarvatokshishiro mukam. Do you believe in that Krishna or this Krishna? It was, I think, difficult, the Sanskrit and all. So he told, okay, and now I have understood. You love Krishna, take tea. So that way he gave me the permission to take tea. But this is the ignorance. When you are worshipping a God and thinking this is my God and this is the best God, no problem, no harm. But if you think each and every one also should follow, as because you are following, that is wrong. And that is the way we are creating problem in the name of religion. All over the world, we are thinking in that way, and this is the problem constantly. If you like to worship your God in this name, in this form, in this fashion, go ahead, no problem. But why you are imposing those things on our? I don't like what is there. Why you are constantly opposing me? So only this much if we understand, then there will be no conflict in the name of religion. So that he says, andham tama pravishanti yo avidyam upasati. Again, tato bhuya yavate tamo yayu vidyaya gumrataha. Those who are worshipping God, but thinking this is the only God, it goes on in this way. Anyad devahu sambhavat, anyad ahu asambhavat. In the 13th sloka it says, iti sustruma dhiranam e nastad vyachachakshide. That they say it obtained from the worship of Sambhava, that means Hiranyagarbha. Now, just a word I just wanted to tell you. Now, what is this Hiranyagarbha? The Brahman has created, we always say. But can Brahma create anything? No. He is beyond all actions. How then that Brahman, all pervading consciousness, can create? It's very subtle type of philosophical discussions. It is not possible for Brahman to create anything. Then who is creating? The same Brahman transforming as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranya in a golden. So that way he is creating. He is now having all the qualities. Unless and until you have the quality, you cannot work. And now these qualities that the same Brahman is having this. In the, I think yesterday, today is a very holy day again for the Ramakrishna followers. In 1872, on this 5th June, today is 5th June, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he worshipped Ma Saradamani Devi as Shodashi. Shodashi Puja. Shodashi means 16. And that is an epithet of the goddess power. The goddess power has been termed as Kali or Durga or Tripura Sundari or Shodashi and so many different names. And this particular day is called Phalaharini. Now we are talking about the phala, so obviously all these phalas are taken away by that power, the mother. That mother is taking away. What is the phala or the result? Bad karmas, bad results. They, as if the Tantra, they believe that the power of God, from that everything is coming. That is the Hiranyagarbha in the terminology of the Vedanta. This Hiranyagarbha, that is the power of God, and in the Tantra it is Mother, goddess Kali. So she is giving and she is taking out. So when we are praying to her on that particular night, worshipping, any time we can pray, she is taking out and relieving us from the bad karmas. That's called Phalaharini Kali Puja. that particular Kali, the goddess Kali, is the Phaloharini. That is the one aspect. And Sri Ramakrishna, by worshipping Ma Sharadamani Devi, gave that power, aroused that power of the divinity within her, and told, you have to take care of these thousands and millions of people groping in the darkness of ignorance. And she gave an assurance, anyone calling me, addressing me as mother, only mother, nothing else. But the devotion should be just like a child, and calling as mother, I will take care of him. I will never refuse that person. So that is the Sodoshi that I was thinking I will mention. And on that particular day, we have released our e-zine, electronic magazine. It's also named as Chicago Calling. And in the editorial, I have given in brief a little about this Phaloharini, Kali Puja. It is available and you can download, you can read. And of course, at this moment, let me tell you, another series of the lecture, it has come out as a CD, 25 lectures on the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. I have named as Panchama Veda. It is also newly released. So this we are studying the Upanishad, Ishopanishad, where they talk about the jnana, about the knowledge, about the Brahman, at the same time talk about the karma, which is obvious. When you are doing a little good karma, that is giving us credit, we can say. Hindu believe in that way. Good karma. What is the good karma? Any work which is not harming others, rather helping others, and I am not expecting any result out of that. So this is again and again we have to keep in our mind. We do something good karma sometimes, but when we boast on that, the good karma dilutes. So we do not get the benefit of that, because it is a tapasya, it is a tapas. Constantly, every moment we have to keep in our mind, and that is the reason Jesus told, the left hand should not know what your right hand is giving or doing. That means when you are doing a dana, you are giving some donation to someone, helping someone, even the other parts of your body should not know. That means you should give and forget, do it and forget. The same thing it says like this over here. And then we come to this ultimately. It was telling that it is covered, as if it is covered with a golden plate. When we have reached to that ultimate, when we are going to realize the truth within us, it is covered with a golden plate. Beautiful. But if you go and accept that plate, then you do not get the original thing. Hiranmayena patrena satyasya apihitam mukham tattam pushan apavrinu satya dharmaya drishtai. That face of yours is covered with the golden hue. I cannot see you, but I want to see you, I want to know you. Please remove that. What is that golden? We can explain in this way too. When you are constantly practicing and going to realize the truth, you get lot of supernatural power, miraculous power. And the moment you get all those things and you feel like applying those, and then you are stuck in that, you cannot go more. So that is why you have to continuously, the moment you get a little power, and so many people will come, so many things will happen, you will forget what for you were doing the tapasya. We have seen in the life of the great souls. They had lot of powers, they were having, but they could not restrain, so they could not reach to the ultimate. So hiranmayena patrena, you remove it and remove it and remove it. Afterwards, when a person is going to die, then he takes away with him everything. When a person dies, the self leaves the gross body. The gross body that goes out, that is the 17th sloka of this. It says, Vayur anilam amritam athedam bhashma shantam shariram om kritagam smara krutos smara kritagam smara. So it goes on repeating and repeating. So it says that when a person is dying, it takes away all the impression that was there in the mind, the subtle body. Not that I am free, whatever I did, now again I will, they call it tabula rasa. That means the clean slate. When a child is born, he didn't do anything. Some of the people, they say, with a clean slate. Now whatever we write on that slate, that the child becomes. No, it's not. In the beginning it is, of course. The moment the 16 years, 15 years, 16 years comes, immediately his personality, her personality grow, then he will or she will never listen to you. So the personality changes. Then he will argue, why you are asking me to like this? And he will wonder, why this my child? My mother must have wondered how my son suddenly changed and he became a monk. She never wanted, of course she had a great respect for the monks, but like every mother, she wanted my son should be with me, some other son, let them go to become the monk, and we will give pranami to them, that's all. But my son should be with me. And when I never listened to her, I was very close to my mother, then suddenly I felt no. Then I left. Same thing came in the, must be in the mind of my mother. We never discussed. How come my son suddenly changed? Something has happened. And truly, I am telling you my personal life. My elder brother came and he was almost fighting with the Swami under whom I joined in the order. You people, you Swami, you know different type of mantras and you have given that mantra through the coffee, because I was drinking coffee. So, so he was totally convinced the Swami has said something, a mantra, and in the coffee, after drinking that, my all thoughts changed. Most of the people in think in that way. So that is the problem. When we gave this type of white clothes to the brahmachari, once a young man came and joined in the Advaita ashram, he was wearing this. Then his parents came with 14 other people and they wanted to take him away. He was telling, no, I won't go. He was telling, how can you can forget that I am your father, I am asking you to go. You never said no on my face. This is the first time you are telling. How it is? Now the mother told, maybe that the Swamis, they are given the new dress, that is the reason. Then his father came and told, you have to remove this dress, put on the dress that I purchased for you, then come along with me. He put on the dress, he went with them, but he was stubborn. No, father, I am not going back. Why suddenly? That is the reason. You won't believe so many things happen. So almost all the parents, when they come, suddenly they were all so nice boys, suddenly changed and said no. Why? Impressions. We call it samskara. No one can create the samskara but that particular person. So it says, oh my mind, please remember that what is happening. So naturally here it says, let my breath be merged in the all-pervading immortal prana. So there is only my breathing and then the prana is there, all-pervading prana. And the body be reduced to ashes. This is the specialty of the Hindus. They never preserve the body. They always burn it because it has no value. So when this particular desk is not useful, what we do, we throw it away. We do not preserve it. But suppose a gold ring or something, it has broken, do you throw it away? You preserve it because you know it has the value. Similarly, in the body, this body has no value, it is the external thing. But inside that is the prana, and that prana should go and merge with the higher prana. Then here he says the prana, we call it sometimes the life, we call it the Atma, Jivatma, is going and merging. So two things are there in this body. One is the external thing, that is the body, and inside is the Atman. We always take care of the body, but not of the Atman. We have to take care of the both. That is essential. Here, then that person who was lying on the deathbed, he was remembering, asking the mind, "Oh my mind, whatever good thing I have done, remember, remember, remember. Om Kruto Smara, Kritagam Smara, Kruto Smara, Kritagam Smara. Oh my mind, remember, remember and remember." Here, according to the karma phala, we believe in the Hindu society, we go to two different places. What is that? One is Pitri Loka, where our ancestors are living. Another is Deva Loka, where the gods are living, gods and goddesses. Why? Because the Pitri Loka, obviously, those who are not sannyasi, they always think about their ancestors. So, after the death, they will go to their ancestors. But some, they love God and goddesses. They constantly think, after my death, I like to be with the God. I like to serve the God. I like to sing songs for the God. So, all these desires are there. They don't like to go to their own people. So, naturally, after the death, they go to their gods and goddesses. So, Devaloka and Pitriloka. Karma again determine how long we will be there. The soul is going to the Pitriloka, the place of the ancestors, or to the Devaloka, the place of the gods and goddesses. But how long that wants to be there, that is also my karma phala, that is also determining that period of time. Those who are very good, they always love God, they always like to live with the God, the staying in that with the Devaloka will be long. But some people, when they come over here, and sometimes the devotees they come, "Swamiji, we like to spend some nice quiet time over here, and we are having some guest rooms." Well, welcome, you can stay. But then the noon time will say, "Swamiji, is there any place nearby where I can visit?" And we have only one place to go, that is our Lemont Hindu temple. Go to the Lemont. Then afterward, any other places? The Swami Vivekananda gave lecture, go. The Chicago. Any other places? Go to your home. That is the only place left. What else? So naturally, they come to spend some time in the ashrama quietly. And what the quietness is? So naturally, we have to understand our mind. Why? And some people, they come quietly, they spend. I have seen people sitting over here reading books. There's no one around, quietly taking the name of God. Some of the people, they'll be sitting in the chair and looking at the Thakur for a long, long time. I am passing through this and I saw they are looking at the Thakur. After 1 hour, again crossing is looking. That way, one American lady, when she comes, for hours together, the wonderful practice, samskara. That's called impressions. This samskara, that's impressions, that gives us this type of thing. Two persons came to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna together, first time. One is Sri Master Mahashaya, who wrote the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Almost all of you know. And his friend Sidhu, who actually introduced, let us go to that place. The moment the Master Mahashaya came and saw Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna sitting and just chatting with some of the devotees, he felt, oh, what a wonderful place. There is the holy Ganga flowing, and now there is the temples, and the holy man sitting over here. He is talking with the devotees as if the Shukadeva, that's the highest pure, that sannyasi, he is explaining the Bhagavata to all. He felt. And his friend, Sidhu, he was nudging, hey, when do you like to go? So, let us go and see the wonderful, the garden, the flower garden. Let us go, let us go, let us go. How will you explain? The two person came, one wanted to stay over there, and he felt, when I will come back again. I am liking his words. Sri Ramakrishna used to stammer a little, and he used to speak in a very, village Bengali, not the chest Bengali in the Calcutta, village Bengali. Sometimes he used to use some of the words. Nowadays we think, oh, very abusive, we cannot use that. But that was his character. And then even the Master Mashay came when he heard, and he said, oh, so good. Other person not, samskara. So some people don't believe in it. But how you will explain this? Why it is happening? So differences between person to person, why? So this is called, then he is asking again and again his mind, oh mind, please help me. Remember the good deeds that I have done. That is called our, if you don't give up, then you do not get the peace. And peace is called Amrit. Sometimes we talk about the Amrit. Amrit means a nectar, and that nectar is peace. And how that peace will come? It says, if you can give up. And what is that giving up? No association. You are having, you are staying with that, but no association. That is called giving up. Friends, we are concluding the Isha Upanishad, and there's little time is there. Let us just give the introduction of the Kena Upanishad. This is also the wonderful Upanishad. In the Kena Upanishad, like the Isha Upanishad, it got the name, also derived the name from the first sloka. Here, Isha Vashamidam Sarvam, so from that Isha Upanishad, and it says in a different way, Kene Sitam, Kena Isitam, Patati, Prashitam, Mana, etc. We will come to this. This Kena Upanishad, from the name. Before we start, as is the tradition, we must read the Shanti Mantra. The different Upanishads are having different type of Shanti Mantra. These Shanti Mantras gives a wonderful meaning, and from that we can understand what we are going to study. Now let us chant this Shanti Mantra. It's a long one, but I will chant and you please try to repeat after me. Om Appayantu Mamangani Vak Prana Chakshu Sotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani. And it goes on telling like this the meaning, and it says, then all this, may all my limbs grow strong. May the different parts of my body, my tongue, the prana, the eyes, the ears, and my strength, and also all the other sense organs be nourished. So that is the prayer. Then it says, Sarvam Brahmopanishadam. Bo, that's good. You can remember the whole Sarvam Brahmo Upanishadam. Sarvam Brahmo Upanishadam. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. Ma aham Brahma Nirakuryam. Ma Brahma Nirakarod. Anirakarnamastu. Anirakaranam mestu. Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaste Mai Santu Te Mai Santu. This way we chant. If you go to any ashrama in the Uttarkashi, you will see the monks and the brahmacharis sitting and chanting like that. But the chanting in the same voice, in the same way they pronounce, is so wonderful. It will fill your heart with joy hearing this. And today you are chanting. From I think next 2-3 classes, as long as we will be explaining this Kena Upanishad, starting the Kena Upanishad, we will be chanting this one. So it says that all indeed is Brahman. Sarvam Brahmo Upanishadam. All indeed is Brahman, as is declared in the Upanishad. May I never deny Brahman. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. Ma, no, aham, I, Brahma, that Brahman, Nirakuryam, denying. May I never deny Brahman. May Brahman never deny me. May there never be denial on the part of Brahman. May there never be denial on my part. May all the virtues described in the Upanishad belong to me, who am devoted to Brahman. This is the prayer. So all that my limbs, etc., let be nourished. Why? Unless and until you have a strong physique, you cannot practice the religion. Suppose they call that you have to sit on a squatting fashion. Oh no, I have trouble in the knee. Then you cannot do that. I cannot sit straight. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. And physically, if we are not that way well, we cannot think of these high thoughts also. So that is the reason in India the two different type of yoga develop together. One is Hatha Yoga. Nowadays all over the America, yoga, and different type of schools, and they call yoga studio. So they are giving that yoga studios, they are offering different type of training. So that is Hatha Yoga, how to keep your body fit. And then second is Dhyana Yoga. That is exactly what Swami Vivekananda introduced in the West for the first time. Sometimes some people they are writing, of course, Swamiji, he was also good in the Hatha Yoga, but at the same time he was interested to introduce not the Hatha Yogas, because the Americans are basically physically very strong, very well built. What they needed is mental peace. So that is the reason Vivekananda introduced this Dhyana Yoga. Then after this, when you come to this Upanishad, it says Adi Shankaracharya was very happy after reading this Upanishad. And he wrote 2 commentaries on this Upanishad. Usually commentary means explanation, as it is necessary, because when it says if you are worshipping the Deva, you will go to more darkness. then people are afraid and confused. How come? If I worship my God, I am going to get into darkness? Then what I will do? Then it explains. Those who are explaining are commentators. Shankaracharya is one of the best commentators. He is explaining from the Advaita point of view. So this Shankaracharya wrote two commentaries on this. One is Pada Bhashya on Kena Upanishad. Another is Bhakya Bhashya. This Upanishad is having 4 parts, 4 chapters. First 2 parts are in the dialogue form, asking the question and answering. It goes on in that way. First and second chapters is the dialogue. We will read that. In the third part, the principles of the earlier parts, that has been described in an allegorical way. There will be a story. So then through the story they like to explain. This is a very ancient system, the style to make people easy to understand, ordinary people can understand through stories. So they told the different type of stories. So here also we will listen, we will hear one story. And the fourth part is the meditation on Brahman. In the fourth part that we will read afterwards. Now let us read the very fast sloka and we conclude for today. Kineshitam patati prashitam manaha. And this is very simple, small books are available. I don't think it's much costly. Not the whole book, a single book you can read, you can have that. Then you can follow. Kineshitam patati prashitam manaha. Asking. Kena prana prathama praiti yuktaha. Kineshitam bachumimam badanti chakshu sotram kayudeva yunakti. Now someone is asking, he must be a student, he must be a disciple. He is going to his master and asking, sir, I am wondering who is actually controlling my senses. I don't like to see those things, but my mind is going out and seeing it. I don't like to hear, but my ear is very alert to listen to those words. And this way somebody is controlling my senses. Even the mind I cannot control. My mind, do you believe? My mind I cannot control. Somebody else is controlling my mind. Suppose you are driving a car and somebody else is controlling the wheel and all those things. You want to take the left turn, the wheel goes to right. You want to lit the light and it becomes totally dark. It's not looking at. You like to give a brake and it moves faster. What will happen then to that car? We can imagine what will happen. So obviously, same thing is happening with our body, with our mind, with our soul. Somebody else is driving. So this person, very intelligent person, he has observed. Most of us, we don't bother. We don't observe at all. That when we are sitting for meditation, why our mind is going somewhere else? I am trying to meditate and it is my mind. How come it is not listening to my words? Why it is going to different places? And most of us, we come to us, most of our people, they come, Swamiji, when you sit for meditation, mind is going all different places. I told, is it? Yes, your mind is going? Yeah, my mind is also. So you are on the same, no problem. So it is not, it's a problem. Problem is why the mind is going in that way. He is asking. Then slowly we will go to that answer. The teacher is an experienced one. Why the experience? He realized. He controlled. He got the control over his senses. And then he is telling, if you read Swami Vivekananda's Raya Yoga, this is a unique way he has explained. So it says that Sotrasya sotram, Manaso manoyat, Bachuha bacham, Sayu pranasya pranaha, Chakshuscha chakshu, Atimucha dhiraha, Pritya asman lokan, Amrita bhavanti. They say dhiraha, the wise people, what they are doing, the discriminative type of persons. Atimucha, giving up. Atimucha means giving up the notion of the organs or the parts, and departing from what? From this world. Why? To get the peace, the Amrita. The last line it is explaining. Now the thing is, all that organs, they are in such a way, they have someone made this in such a way that it goes out always to enjoy the worldly objects. Whenever there will be a beauty, the eyes are going out to enjoy that beauty. Swami Ramakrishna ji, he was walking with some people, and they were going on telling Swamiji, have you seen the wonderful sunset? So beautiful. Have you seen those trees? Oh my God, so green, lavish green. They were going on. Then suddenly the Swami turned and told, why don't you think about the person who has created this? All this natural beauty that you see someone has created, and that is the Supreme God. So the wise people, what do? They don't go and tell the eye, why you are not listening to me, to the ear, to the nose and to the tongue. No, they control their mind. How? By withdrawing. I am not going to enjoy these objects, and that is why it says, Asmat lokat, this world, Amrita bhavanti, for the peace, what they do? They give up. And Srotasya Sotra, etc. In the next class, we will discuss about it. Very interesting way. The first and second chapter, question and answer, it goes. In the next our classes, we will. Now, let us, if you have any question about this, we can try to answer, and then we will say Shanti Mantra and conclude. Do you have any question? No, okay. Then let us chant the Shanti Mantra together, then we will leave. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. In some of our centers, they ask question, they invite question, but not immediately. After the discourse, they invite all the devotees to the one place particularly, ready with the coffee and tea and snacks, and then while they are taking that, then they ask the question. Do you have any question? That way. So I think we have to introduce that. Without the tea, the question is not coming. The tea and coffee. And friends, I like to announce this. In this month, Swami Prapandananda ji is coming, and he will give a wonderful retreat for Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Ganges, Michigan, on the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. We always study Vedanta here. We discuss about all the philosophy, but the people who live those ideologies in their life, we must know about them. So that he will be coming on Friday and Saturday, he will give the talk in the Ganges. I invite you to join in there. So, and beautiful place, and now because of the summer, lavish green, everywhere. Inside the jungle, we have 8 different shrines. You can venture to go in the shrines also. 8 different religions and their shrines. There the benches are there. You can go and sit and meditate. It's a very good place. Thank you very much.